Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry to keep you people on YouTube waiting. I've been hitting these jackpots lately, like the like these Jitty inspired jackpot motherfuckers, that type shit. Been in the jackpots lately. Been in the jackpot lately. But especially all kidding aside, for now, uh I'm gonna have to go do this Google thing and let you know about what happened. Let you know about this woman. Oh, this ain't no intermission. I'm gonna get to T-Boz in a minute. See, this an old photo. It's a photo of her. I feel it's at the Grammys. This other photos. They have a photo of her. This all photos of her from years ago. They saying like it's like people saying like, okay, she had sickle cell anemia or whatever. They're saying that T-Boz had sickle cell anemia or something. Or they're saying which TLC member has sickle cell or how did TLC get their name. It was the early 90s, okay? It was the early 90s when TLC was formed. I'm going to show you. See? 1991. They've been in this game since 1991. I think it was before, after uh, Left Eye had met Tupac. Well, Tupac had met Lisa in '91 when he had his when he was blowing up as a rapper. After he was being a roadie for Digital Underground. Money B, Child Master C, uh, DJ Fuse, and a few other people. Uh, Pee Wee, Pee Wee's like the homie. Pee Wee's like, I'm saying this, like Pee Wee is like the homie. It's like Pee Wee's like the nigga that Pac had known. That Pac had known. You know what I mean? Through Digital Underground. That's his nigga. You know? He was producing for digital, so see, yeah. They asked me how old are the members of TLC. I'm gonna find out. Let me go. Let me go. Let me get out of this. Let me get out of this thing too, so I can go get to Wikipedia. Let me go into the Wiki. Let me go into Wiki. And this is the doc. I'm gonna do this like it was documentary wise, but it's TV series, but it's TV show based. Let's look into the life of Tionne Tenese Watkins. This woman is better known by her stage name, T-Boz. Is an American singer, and she was an actress. She was born in I think Des Moines, Iowa. That was a few miles closer to a few miles of Davenport. So let me do this like it was let me go do this shit like it was the old like it was the old TV show shit, shall we? I might make the sound look a little hoarse now. Let me turn off this fan before I read this. Before I had to go look at the early life of this woman was from. Let's go to the early life. Tionne Watkins was born in Des Moines, Iowa, USA, on April 26, 1970, to parents James and Gail Watkins. She has written that she is an African American Native American and Irish descent. Watkins's family moved from Des Moines to Atlanta. Yes, her and her family moved from Des Moines, Iowa to Atlanta, Georgia when she was uh, at the age of 9, and we're going to show you why. And we're going to go to the career of Tionne Watkins for a minute. Crystal Jones held auditions for a singing group. Yeah, for a singing group. And she chose Watkins and Lisa Lefty Lopez. Well, rest in peace to her. I'll do a live show based on her in May, around late May. Uh, the group eventually attracted the attention of Perry Reed. They call her Pebbles. Perry Arlette Reed. They call her Pebbles. Well, she's a recording artist, and she's a songwriter, businesswoman, and a preacher, and a record producer, and and last but not least, a music executive, who was known for for all the hit songs that she did during 1987 to 1991. I don't even know. I'm gonna find this out about Pebbles. Well, that's right. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why. She's been doing these hit songs from late 1980s to the early 1990s. That's from 1987 to 1991. Let me show you about her. And this guy who was a head of Love Face Records. Her husband Antonio Reed, who's also known as L.A. Okay, so they replaced Crystal Jones with Rosanda Ocelian Thomas, also known as Chili, and the group was signed in the early 90s. That's 1991 as TLC. That was like an acronym. It's three little chicks. In order to preserve the TLC name, Watkins is now named T-Boz, while Lopez became Left Eye. Lopez became Left Eye, and Thomas became Chili. The successful group sold more than 65 million records. T-Boz has won 4 Grammy Awards as a member of the TLC group. Well, since the death of Lisa Left Eye Lopez in 2002 in Honduras, T-Boz and Chili have performed as a duo. Well, they've been a trio since the early 90s, and then they lowered down to becoming a duo. You know what I mean? Until November 2011, late 2011, VH1 have announced plans to produce a biopic based on the group. Watkins and Thomas signed in, and well, they both signed on. Well, T-Boz and Chili, they signed on as the producers of the film Crazy Sexy Cool. Let me go there. Crazy Sexy Cool. The TLC story. It was an American biographical TV film that's been around since 2013. It's been in the game it's been out for what, 10 years? It was about the R&B and hip hop musical trio TLC. It derives its title from the title of the group's second album. The film stars, I feel I feel it was like Kiki. It was all the it was the three women who played as TLC. Well, Kiki and and Lil Mama had already played the character. I don't know about you know the other woman. The other woman. Uh oh yeah, Drew Sidora. Drew Sidora played as the three women who played as as TLC is Nyasha Lil Mama Kirkland, Drew Sidora. Yeah, yeah, Kiki Palmer, Nyasha Lil Mama Kirkland, and Drew Sidora. And this is this is the narration that came from Kiki Palmer and Drew Sidora. It been on VH1 since October 21st, 2013. That's 10 years ago. That was already been premiered on that date. The role of Watkins had been portrayed by Drew Sidora. Watkins's daughter Chase portrayed a younger Tionne in a film. We'll go to the solo work. Let me see. In addition to her work with TLC, Watkins has recorded solo singles like Touch Myself. That single that she have done, I think that came from the album, the soundtrack album. It came that song was I think it was for the soundtrack album uh to this film called Fled. I feel it was starring Lawrence Fishburne, well, from Boys in the Hood, and they got one of the guys that was in the movie, Stephen Baldwin. Tupac Tupac had met Stephen Baldwin, you know, years ago during the film shit. That's been out since what? July 18th, 1996. Well, and the other one is called the other one was called the other single I think was for the Rugrats in Paris movie, My Getaway. Well, that song came from her and Bryson Evans. They call him Juby. So additionally, she has been a featured vocalist on songs such as Ghetto Love from the Bratz album. It's with the Bratz, whose real name is Shantae Harris Dupart, who was the wife of who had to be married to Jessica Dupart, New Orleans native, who's living in Atlanta now. Changes with Society of Soul. He say, she say, with Keith Sweat. Let me push a picture. Yes, the guy who started the Sweat Hotel thing, Keith Sweat, Keith motherfucking Sweat. Well, let's go see it. Different times with the guy who was with it's with the guy who did the singing for Tony in the early '90s, I think. Uh, Raphael Sadiq. Raphael Sadiq. Yeah, everybody knows Raphael Sadiq. And Be Somebody with Paula Cole. Let me push it up. Let me push the picture. Paula Cole, who was a singer and a songwriter. who's been gaining attention for those performances that she had done as a vocalist on the Secret World Tour that's been around between 1993 and 1994. Watkins have already done some work. She is also featured on a song "It's Good." It's by a southern rap group, southern hip hop duo that's coming from Atlanta, Georgia. The Young Bloods. Z is a Z in Young Bloods. On January 22nd, this is months before January 22nd, 2013. This was months before the crazy, sexy, cool TLC story. Watkins released her first solo single in over 15 years titled Champion. The song was released digitally and proceeds went to help raise awareness for the people that are suffering from the blood conditions such as sickle cell, such as what sickle cell, what sickle cell and leukemia. Believe me, Roman Reigns had been diagnosed with that type of with the leukemia. You know, late 2000s. You know, the 2018. You know, he got diagnosed with that, and then 2019 he was cured from the leukemia as he came back to WWE's Raw taping, and it's in remission, like he said. So we're going in on that one. We're running. We're running in with. I'm running in with this. I'm running with this shit. It's TV show themed. I'm going to read this shit. On September 6th, 2017. That is like six. That's like 6 years from now. Watkins released her latest single digitally from a sick life titled Dreams. That was an audiobook that she had done. The TV and film, the TV and film opportunity that she's been having since 1998. But she was already in the House Party 3 movie with with Chili in the Late Left Eye. So that was from like 93, 94. So Watkins has worked as an actress, appearing in Belly, a Hype Williams film in 1998. She also appeared in 2 episodes of Living Single, first time guest starring along with her bandmates, TLC. Yeah, her bandmates, Left Eye and Chili. And another time without them. Watkins served as one of the executive producers for the 2006 movie ATL, featuring the rapper Clifford Joseph Harris Jr., also known as T.I. Let's go push the name in. T.I. She also appeared on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Look at this. This is a reality show that's been around since 2008. It's been around since 2008 by Bravo. They've been put on by Bravo. So that became a third installment to the Real Housewives franchise. Look at last time you ever see this shit. This picture. And Tionne Watkins has been friends with a member of Escape, Candy Burris Tucker. This woman has been in Escape since the early 90s, long before she became a solo artist on her own in the 2000s. Watkins made a guest appearance as Pam Grier. Let me see. Let me push up. Pam Grier. This woman is a legend in 1970s black exploitation films, man. She been 80s. She been 80s films, or I don't think she was in 80s films. She was in films in the 90s. She was in 90s films. In one episode that Watkins played as the Pam Grier character, Watkins made a guest appearance as Pam Grier in one of the episodes of the Adult Swim the Adult Swim series. Oh, like that. Let's go there. Black Dynamite. Yeah, the Black Dynamite American adult animated TV series that was based on the 2009 film of the same name. Yeah, Watkins was a participant in the eighth season of The Apprentice. Well, Donald Trump is starred in it. Finishing the 11th place, Watkins, well, her reality show is totally T-Boz. It been premiered, it been premiered months before the crazy, sexy, cool TLC story movie. It was a made for TV movie. It was on the TLC network. Well, the Learning Channel. Yep. Especially the network named the Learning Channel. And this show just ran about 4 episodes. It was a one season show. It had 4 episodes in one season. Looks like it's become short lived back in 2013, as far as I know of. The show chronicled Watkins's quest to create a solo album and reunite with band member Chili, and her life with her daughter Chase, who is about to be targeted in a sex trafficking thing, which that I already heard of. I just looked at the little video. I just heard about this shit this year. And then exhibit started talking about who put a tracking device on his fucking car. Why would somebody gotta put a tracking device on a car that exhibit had owned? Shame on them. Shame on these sycophantic derelict assholes who put a fucking tracking device on that man's car. Get that fucking tracking device off that man's car before he's gonna get tracked down like he's some predator. For stupid reasons, you should never be putting tracking devices on other people's cars just like they became targets. That's just retarded and stupid. I'm about to go drink this shit now. I'm already stressed the hell out hearing about this shit. God damn. I just hit the jackpot. I just hit the jackpot yesterday and the day before. There's too much going on in this world today with people getting kidnapped and getting targeted in sex trafficking trades. you already heard everything about the firings of Donald Lemon and Tucker Carlson. These guys already part ways with both the networks, such as CNN and Fox News. Both of these guys are fired. But I don't even care too much about any of that shit. I already, I already watched the shit that's going on about these two reporters. But I digress. Just like Taz. In 2016, Watkins and Thomas joined actress Zoe Saldana on stage on her second round performance. That's round two of the classic song of that classic that legendary iconic song that they have did in the 90s 2000s with No Scrubs on lip sync battle that was already on Spike TV, which was now the Paramount Network, against Zachary Quinto, who happens to be a film producer and an actor. In November of that year, Watkins had became a 2-month acting stint as the Sheila as this hardened prison inmate named Sheila on Days of Our Lives, the soap opera, that NBC had put on the air. But that soap opera has been canceled for like a year by NBC. Watkins would later return to Days of Our Lives, that canceled soap opera, as a recurring character playing the zany ex-con Sheila, right in both 2017 and 2018. But back in 2017, she lent her voice. She lent her voice in, was it Trolland? Was it Trolland? That's the name, Trolland. Oh, she played that Trolland character, Trolland. That character, also known as what? Trolls? Was it Trollz? Oh yeah, Trolls. Trolls. A direct to DVD was it? A direct to DVD CGI animated movie. Oh yeah, I get it. I get it though. I'm about to go to some other work that Watkins is doing. Yep, she had published a semi autobiographical poetry of a book that's called Thoughts on early November of 1999. In 1999, that was like what? I think that was in what? Yeah, November 3rd, 1999. That came out. I was like 17 when she already came out with that book. I was 17 years old. I was 17 then when she had that semi autobiographical poetry, a book that she said she had published on November 3rd, 1999. But I was in high school then, you know. I used to be in high school then. We're going on to 2005 and all the way to on. Watkins and Tara Breivik, who was a stylist who would later appear regularly on the reality show that been canceled after four episodes. It's called Totally T-Boz. Well, Tara Breivik Everybody knows that Tara Breivik, who will later appear regularly on that Totally T-Boz show that's no longer on the Learning Channel. She's a stylist. She is a stylist. Stylist. She's a stylist. But she opened up that children's. She opened up that boutique that was for kids. It's called Chase's. It's called Chase's Closet. I think it was named after Chase. Uh, Watkins, who was T-Boz's daughter. I had to drink some. I had to drink some. I had to drink some of this core laced with Kool Aid mixes, done sweetened Kool Aid drink mix and some zero sugar Kool Aid drink mixes. I had poured in some ice right here. I had poured in some ice right here. Yep. Yeah, and that boutique was shut down years later. TLC also released a soundtrack album 20 marking both the band's 20 plus year legacy in the entertainment business. But it's now like what 32 years later. It was like it was so 32 years. It was so like what's it? The big 3 2. It was like 32 years later. They've been doing this since 91. They've been doing this shit since 91. Let me read this shit again. TLC also released a soundtrack album 20 marking both the band's 20 plus year legacy in the entertainment business. And the release of their biopic, this album included a new track written by Neo. Meant to be, they also had guest vocals on J. Cole's track, uh, Crooked Smile. TLC celebrated their return with a series of highly publicized performances, which included two dates: VH1's Mixtape Festival that was in Hershey, Pennsylvania, on July 27th, and Drake's. Yeah, that's between. Yeah, they got two of those festivals. It included two dates on July 27, 2013. Uh, VH1's Mixtape Festival in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, happened to be Drake's. It had to be Drake's OVO Fest, and they released an album that was based on who they are. It's they released a TLC album. You know what I mean? The album's been completely named after T-Boz herself, Left Eye, who had been dead, who had been dead for at least 21 years, and Chili, who was still alive. That was on June 30th, 2017. That's 6 years later. We're going to her personal life right now, before I be finished with this shit. As a child, Watkins was diagnosed with sickle cell anemia since the age of 7. She has been in and out of the hospital Due to the painful condition, T-Boz opened up to the public about the disease in 1996. She later became one of the spokespersons for the SCDAA, the Sickle Cell Disease Association of America. But in 2002, she was hospitalized for 4 months due to a flare up for that same diagnosis. That name is sickle cell anemia. She is a national co-chair of the Progressive Organization Healthcare Voter. On August 19th, 2000, Watkins married Dedrick Wallison, who's also known as Mac 10. Yeah, Dedrick Demon Wallison, who's better known by his stage name Mac 10, who has happened to be an American rapper. That man's been in the game since '95. '94, he did guest appear on the What Can I Do music video. Yeah, along with Dub C, you know, Dub C was in there in the video. You know, I think Mac 10 was in the video. I think I remember. What Can I Do? Uh, Mac 10 played the guy who ceremoniously wanted to rob a fast food restaurant. And Ice Cube was working at a fast food restaurant. He started handing out meals. He started helping the people out with the fast food, the burgers and fries and all that. No, no beer whatsoever. Just sodas. You know, and then later, Mac wanted to rob. He wanted to rob a fast food joint, and all of a sudden, he was like, "Give him all the money." That's all his mom and all that type of shit. And like Ice Cube was started asking Mac 10, like he's like, Ice Cube was holding on to some money. He was like, "Can I roll with you?" And Mac was said, "Come on." Yeah, and then Ice had to roll with Mac. They rolled with Mac in a motherfucking Chevy Malibu. It looks like a 1970s, 1980s. It looks like a 1970s or 1980s Chevy Malibu that Mac was going to drive in the video. Running from the police, man. The police trying to chase them down, and then the cops had to go wreck the nigga car up, and all of a sudden just flip the car up and just push it over. They both get scared, snatched, and arrested, and then they both got locked up in jail in the video. Oh fuck. Whatsoever. Video ended. So that's before Mac 10 started his come out with his soul album in '95, and it's named after him. Before the formation of West Side Connection. And then before then in '96 happened, Mac stopped doing albums. And he formed West Side Connection. And they come out with albums like the Bow Down album. They had 13 tracks. And then 2004, 2003, 2004, they released Terrorist Threats, And then around the 2000s, the late 2000s, throughout the 2010s, I think they came out with the Revenge of Barracuda. And then they had the greatest, he had the Best Of album. So now I'm about to go turn into a goddamn fucking Law and Order sized TV series now. Fuck. Let's go start over. On August 19th, 2000, Tionne Tenese Watkins had married, uh, guess who she married? Like 23 years in the making. Dedrick Damon Wallison, who's also known professionally under the stage name Mac 10. In California, the couple's daughter, well, it's Chase Anella Wallison, I think. I thought it was Chase Watkins, but the girl's name is Chase Wallison. Chase Anella Wallison. Well, she was born premature a few months later on October 20th, 2000. Well, that's months after Watkins and Wallison tied the knot in California. But a few months later, October 20th, 2000. So in June 2004, yeah, it's been 23 years since they tied the knot. But like 19 years later, back in June 2004, she filed for divorce and requested a restraining order against Mac 10. For what? And then later in 2012, that's like 11 years. That's like 11 years later. Watkins moved with Chase, who had to be her and Dedrick's daughter, her and Wallison's daughter, from I don't know, from Atlanta, Georgia to Los Angeles, California, in order, just in order for Chase to be closer to Dedrick. Had to be her father. In October 2009, this is long before this shit, Watkins revealed that she had secretly battled a potentially fatal brain tumor for 3 years. For 3 years. In March of 2006, she was diagnosed as having a grape-sized acoustic neuroma. What's it? Acoustic neuroma? Oh man, she was diagnosed with that. That was on her vestibular nerve that affected her balance, weight, hearing, and sight, and facial movement. God. How many health problems that she's been facing now, like she did then? Many physicians refused to remove the tumor due to her sickle cell related complications, leaving her alternatives grim ultimately. Yeah, grim ultimately. She underwent surgery at Cedar Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles. Watkins filed for bankruptcy in early 2011. That's February 2011. In order in October of that year, in an episode of the Reels TV series, is called Broke and Famous. Entertainment reporter Viviana Vigil stated that Watkins spent $9,000 a month and she was owed $770,000 on her home with a responded what was it with a reported monthly income of $11,000. Oh, whoa, that's a lot of money, man. Shit, $11,000, a reportedly monthly income that. Oh shit. While another reporter named Nina Parker, let's check this name out. who was an American journalist, TV presenter, and fashion designer who used to co who's been co-hosting E's Nightly Pop, who had to be a late night entertainment news show that has been debuted since 2018. Parker has cited that Watkins's medical bills and brain tumor. Yeah, let me explain this. While another reporter, Nina Parker, cited that Tionne Watkins's medical bills and brain tumor. That's what she was citing. Wait till she see this shit. In June 2016, Watkins had announced that she had adopted a 10-month-old boy named Chance. That's her publication, and like up below, uh, darts that came out 99. That's the Sick Life. That's out in 2017. That's TLC and Me stories from on and off the stage. That's from Rodali books. Those books came from Harper Entertainment and Rodali books. There's the discography. Discography that she did with the group. This her singles. It's all her singles. Discography from Touch Myself to Dreams. Yeah, 97. That came from another tantrum, I think. 97. I think that song came from. I think it came from the albums. Yeah, she did guest appearances with the all that from Jermaine Jackson, all that from Jermaine Jackson to Eric Bellinger. See, that's been there. Music videos. That one music video was Ghetto Love the Brat, with the Brat. That was on the Brat's another tantrum album that was from the late '90s. The filmography. She was on House Party 3 uh with with Left Eye Chili. She was on Belly. Plays the Tionne character. Charland. She played a Jarbeck role. I think is there. The Cheryl character that was on After Masks. She been on TV from the from the early '90s, from all the way to like the 2020. So that's done. That's all done. So that's all done. Cause I'm about to get off this thing. I'm about to do a live show based on Tammy Terrell on Saturday. Watch out for that. April. You go see this live show based on Tammy Terrell coming April 29th. It's coming April 29th. That's what I'm gonna go do. Watch out for that. Watch out for this bad boy. Like coming April 29th. Maybe you always see this video, man, on YouTube, man. This video, he'll like he'll like on this video if you have fallen in love with this video, or anybody else would. And on Saturday, April 29th of this year, yeah, on April 29th, we're gonna on April 29th on YouTube, we're gonna I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be right. I'm gonna be go to work onto the story of singer Tammy Terrell, whose real name is Thomasina Winifred Montgomery. See you on April 29th I'm going to get out this thing anyway. We'll see y'all on April 29th live on YouTube. I'm about to get on now. Get on now. I'm about to go jump back on Far Cry Primal. So let me go drink this shit. It's probably like 50 minutes anyway. I'm gonna go end this stream before it go straight on to an hour. See you on April 29th.